Hello there, hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're here. Right now, I want to demonstrate how to do a magic ring. It's something some people avoid, but it is so useful when you're doing amigurumi toys. Any kind of amigurumi little toys usually start with a magic ring. And you'll start at the top and you make a little circle and do some single crochets in your magic ring, and it looks like this, and you'll be able to close the circle completely, whereas if you use other methods of making a ring, it doesn't close completely and you'll often see a little tiny hole. There are ways to work around that, but anytime you want to do these amigurumi toys or stuffed toys in crochet, you will love having the magic ring as a tool. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. So I'm not talking too much. All right, so you'll start this way. This is how I do it. Some people do it a little differently. You can lay your yarn on your hands, and I hold it with my thumb on my ring finger. Okay, and wrap it around these two fingers, your index finger and your middle finger, and then pull it, wrap it all the way around and pull it to the back so that you make an X. And continue around the back of your hands and bring the yarn between your middle finger and your ring finger and place it under your thumb with the tail. And now you've got it nice and secure. It should be nice and snug around your fingers. And you'll just turn your hand over and you'll have two strands of yarn here. So what you'll do is take your hook, put it under the first strand and over the second strand in the back, and you're going to pull that forward. And I push down with my hook so that it doesn't fall off. It kind of wants to fall off a little bit, and then twist your hook so that you've brought it back up, pointing upward again. So now it's wrapped around my hook. And after that, I'm going to come over here, and this piece of yarn on top, I'm going to put my hook under it and yarn over with it, and I'm going to pull it through this loop on my hook. Sometimes I have to pull up on my hook to make a little more space in that loop. And then you'll grab that yarn and pull it through the loop. And that is it. You can pull your fingers out and you have your magic ring. I like to pull on the working yarn here to tighten up that little slip knot that's right there, but you want to leave the ring. Now, the tail always ends up inside the ring right here. I always just gently pull that out. And now you're ready to work. And you can treat this like a giant stitch, and you're going to do stitches inside there. So I also like, personally, this is just my personal preference, I like to pull the tail gently, just very gently. I like to make my little ring about the size of a dime. And now it's about the size of a dime. I don't like it larger, it just seems to be a little awkward. So the other thing is, when I start stitching, I stitch around the tail and around the ring at the same time, right here. And I hold on like this. This is how I hold it, and I can start making stitches inside my ring now. Okay? So I'll go ahead and make some stitches, and then I'll demonstrate the circle again quickly. But here's how you make a single crochet. You're going to put your hook inside the ring and yarn over and pull the working yarn up and out of the ring, and now you have two loops on your hook. And then you just yarn over and pull through both loops, and you have a single crochet in your magic ring. And I like to pull this and snug it down a little bit. It makes it neater here. And I'm going to make another single crochet. I put my hook inside the ring, yarn over, pull that working yarn up and out of the ring, and I have two loops on my hook. And for a single crochet, we yarn over and pull through both loops, and there's my second single crochet. Now, a lot of these toys start with 6 single crochets in a magic ring. That's typical. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 8. It just depends on the pattern. But I'm going to go ahead and make 4 more single crochets rather quickly, just to show you what happens when you've finished making your stitches in your ring and when you're ready to move on. So that's 5. I need 1 more. Okay, so this is what it looks like basically when you have 6 single crochets in a magic ring. And I tighten it up each time, and I make sure that they're kind of pulled close to each other. You can always pull on the last stitch, pull it over if you need to like get them closer together, because sometimes they'll end up all across the ring, a little bar like that. But you can pull them together. And now I'm gently going to pull the tail, and it will close the ring, okay? I'm not going to pull very much, though. I'm not going to close this completely yet. I'm going to pull just so it closes a little bit, because if I pull any more than that, sometimes this first stitch gets really tight, and I have to, for the start of my second round, I have to go into this stitch. So I don't want to pull my magic ring too tight, so it's still open, you can see. Now I'm going to put my hook to start my second round. I'm going to put my hook into the ring. I like to wrap yarn around my finger another time sometimes. So I put my hook into the first stitch. I said the ring, but into the first stitch that I did. Okay, so this will be, I'm making the first stitch of round 2 now. So I'm starting round 2, so I'm going to yarn over and pull up and out of that stitch, pull a loop up and out, and I have 2 loops on my hook. Okay, so let me do that one more time just so you see clearly. I've made 6 single crochets in my magic ring. I'm going to put my hook into the first stitch that I did. This is now the start of round 2. I'm beginning round 2. I'm yarning over, pulling through the stitch, and I have 2 loops on my hook, and I'm yarning over and pulling through both loops. Okay, so that's the first stitch of round 2. Now for round 2, typically, if you want to make the top of your work a little bit wider, normally you will do another round or 2, and you want it to be flat. In order for it to be flat, round 2 has to be an increase in every stitch. That means we're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch. So I did 1 in the first stitch. I'm going to go ahead and put my hook in the very same stitch and do another single crochet. Okay, so there's an increase in the first stitch. I'm going to do an increase in the second stitch. That means I'm going to put 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and I'm going to do that in the following 4 stitches as well to make a circle, and it will be flat because I'm doing increasing to make up for the added circumference of this circle. Okay, so there we go. That's 4, 6, 8. I need to do it 2 more times, 2 more increases. This will be 9. This is the 9th stitch of the round, and I'm putting another one in the same stitch for 10, and I'll do 2 in the next stitch, 1 single crochet and 2. That's 11 and 12 for the round, and that's round 2. Okay, and now I usually start using a stitch marker when I start round 3 right here. So now for round 3, if you want to make it a wider circle again, such as for a basket like this, you're going to make several, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made 5 rounds on the bottom of this. For it to be flat, we're going to increase in each round, except each round will increase slightly less than the previous round. So this time, for round 3, we'll do 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then an increase in the second stitch. So it would be, for round 3, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. And then I'll do that all the way around. I'll repeat that pattern. For round 4, you'll do single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. And round 5 you would have 3 single crochets and then an increase. So that's the gist of how that works. Now I'm going to go all the way back. I'm taking my hook out. I'm going to go all the way back, and I'm going to demonstrate the magic ring one more time. And so this is how I do it. I lay my yarn across my hand, wrap it around the first 2 fingers, make an X, pulling it to the back, pull it all the way around again, under my fingers and over to my thumb, and let my thumb hang on to that and hold it steady. And then I turn my hand over, put my hook under the first strand, over the second strand, pulling that forward, and I kind of push my hook downward so it doesn't fall off my hook, and twist and bring it up again so that there's a loop around my hook. And then I can yarn over with this thread over here, put my hook under it, and pull it through the loop. And there's your magic ring. Now I'm going to pull my tail out of the center, tighten up the slip knot right there, and I'm going to make my ring a little smaller, and we're ready to go. All right, that's how you do it. Thanks for watching.